Hey guys, what's going on? It's been a little bit. We are back. Today we are officially going to check out One Piece manga chapter 1012. Sorry it's been a little bit, guys. Just to let you know, so I recently had my birthday, so obviously I was kind of out of the state for a little bit. That and kind of with work and everything, my schedule's changed. So we've really been kind of getting everything, I guess you could say, together and kind of making sure everything like works out the way we've been trying to get it. But really, I mean, I definitely wanted to make sure I came back and everything. I did not want to leave you guys hanging. Real quick too, I just want to also have a scene for the chat because I don't want to leave you guys hanging in terms of the chat and everything. Don't know if it's possible to view it or not. Should be able to. Let's see here. Um, Not too sure to be honest. I'm trying to check it out now just to see if I can get anything up, but YouTube control panel. Okay, there we go. All right. Um, Actually, you know what? We can make this a bit easier. Probably put this over here and have the chat in there. That should work. Sweet, sweet. Smaller the window, the better. Okay, we've got that officially figured out. Sweet. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, so welcome guys. So in this video, I pretty much want to go over One Piece manga chapter 1112 with you guys. I have read it already and 1013, so if you're kind of viewing this video, just know we are basically just going through this chapter again. I figured why not, because we do still have a little bit of a wait before 1014 comes out, and I really wanted to make sure I got back on the like uploading schedule too. So for me personally, I've just been trying to, kind of make it so we can get back into everything while also staying pretty, I guess you could say like relevant, because I don't want to just fall off. And we just started, so we kind of have more content to upload. We're kind of diving in as we go, but there's going to be a lot of changes coming to the channel in terms of where I'm streaming from, and then also what content I'm going to be reacting and I guess you could say sharing with you guys. But from here, we're going to get started. We're going to head right into One Piece manga chapter 1012 called Hard Aspects. Now, the cover title is going to be Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 3. You can have that parting gift, Yamato, as long as you do something for me. So I've already seen that like this is where like Yamato is probably gonna end up heading out and probably going towards exploring all of Wano and everything. So that's like a thing that I already know is pretty much going on. But at the same time, we are pretty much trying to get everything set up as far as just seeing how she actually goes on her journey. So I think this is a good panel or a cover story right here because we see that she's talking to Kinemon, who's pretty much giving her something as she gets ready to set out. The one thing we do want to know, I guess, would be is what does he want her to do as the favor? So that'll be pretty cool, and hopefully we get that in a later cover story. All right, let's hop in. We're going to check out the first chapter or first page of this chapter. One second. All right. All pacifistas Mark III are neutralized. Increase bombardment. Make sure Emperor Straw Hat Luffy does not escape. Whatever you do, stop Jewelry Bonnie from leaving. Only 12 years old, and you gave this mere girl enough power to level an entire country? What a foolish rebellion to stage against us, Vegapunk. Let's get back to the ship. There are some deadly foes on this island. Okay, so you have Oimo and Kashi. They're pretty much just trying to get back. You have the marine ships blasting off, destroying more of Egghead. Don't let them take off. Sink the Elbaf ship. Hurry, to the northeast shore. And then you've got Frankie, and you've got, I think it's Red King. I think is his name, Red King. I'm pretty confused on what it was, but I know it's something like that. But anyways, they're about to clash. Move it, you'll go nowhere. Steam strong righto, and you've got Frankie just knocking him out, literally, like, nice punch there. Looks like he even broke through his actual arm, so that's crazy right there. It It looks kind of funny too because all of his chins and everything. It's just like it looks like he got freaking socked. Take my daddy to safety, Mr. Giant. You bet. And then you've got a giant carrying Kuma and everything heading out. Looks like she's actually hopping off of the giant. Prepare to die. You'll never have that weapon of war, Joel Bonnie, you little snot. No. Don't call him a weapon. Okay, okay. Wow, she just de-aged him. Oh, my daddy is a hero, Chin Man. I'm so weak. So she turned him into a kid and then kicked him. That's actually pretty funny. Stop it. This just looks wrong. Wow. So basically, we have Bonnie going through like some kind of child abuse in this panel. All right, Labo phase. I can't help but notice you're not drinking your Vega coffee. It's hot. I have a very sensitive tongue. That's mean, Shocky. You knew that already. 4 more minutes, Stella. This is clearly the same room. Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's him drinking the coffee, and I guess it was too hot. They must have recorded the message here, but and then we've got I guess who is it? See, I'll be honest with you. I know all their names, but it's just hard for me to like say them all in order because like I think this is Marcus Mars, if I'm not mistaken. Um, Maybe, but at the same time, basically he's just blasting through the labostratum. Wait, stop! Don't just go crazy, Stella. There's not much time left. See, the message is still going. Why not use the thermoelectric thermoelectric elements to take the coffee's heat and convert its energy into something. I guess they just kind of cut off there. If I were the Stella, I would hide the transmission transponder snail emitting the message somewhere. Then I will simply destroy the entire lab. You can't. The second floor of Building B is your weapons development. The first floor is the power plant. The third floor of Building C has our entire supply of pressurized gas cylinders. Destroy any one of them, and it'll set off a chain reaction throughout the lab. That blows up. Oh, that blows up Punk Records itself. Then think of where it is. Your neural pathway should be the same as his. I'll stop it, of course. If I add crime upon crime, it'll only make it harder to get along with you folks. Huh. So then he's looking a little bit like shocked. I sense the voice of a small creature in Punk Records. Is it a transponder snail? The transmission transponder was just recently completed. You can recognize it by its triangular spiral shell. Tell me how to get in. So he's flying up to Vega Records and everything. Okay, Punk Records. And then you've got a shot of Stussy. Huff huff. Aren't you lucky? Seems it wasn't interested in you. Bah, speak for yourself. What was that monster? Based on the conversation, one of the five elders. So you've got Kaku, and he's just sitting there stuck in the bubble still. You think so? What a ghastly transformation. They abandoned you, didn't they, Stussy? How sad and ironic after you chose to betray us. Sorry, but staying behind was my idea. Someone has to carry out the final job after all. And you've got someone looking a little bit confused. I'm guessing that's Kaku. So, okay. So, from what we know in this panel, I'm guessing that Stussy is obviously going to stay behind, and she's actually going to end up, pretty much getting, the Straw Hats out of there by probably sacrificing herself. I think that's what's going on. Wait, you mean to tell me you're leaving Stussy behind? What other options we got? Undoing the barriers gotta happen at the same moment the ship escapes. The only way to lower the Frontier Dome is at the command room. She volunteered to do it. If you want to do right by her sacrifice, you better make sure the escape's a success, eh? Well, of course, we're going to do everything we can to escape, but still. The problem is the distance that the Vega Force 1 would have flown on us. Exactly right, Nico Robin. I've calculated up, and going by classical mechanics, this ship's guaranteed to land on solid ground now. What? Hey folks, the Kuda burst is all ready to rock. Once Zoro's group gets here, we're gonna make a super jump out to sea. And if it looks like we're not gonna make it, that's your cue to help us out. Got that? Ahahaha. Must be hard to be your ship. So that's crazy. And looks like we're not gonna make it. It's your cue to help us out. Got that. So wait, hold on. So Who exactly was Usopp talking to? I mean, I'm guessing it's the Giants or something, but what's weird to me is that, like, he's saying that they're gonna Kudo burst out of there, and it says if they don't look like they're gonna make it, somebody else is gonna help them out. So, like, I'm wondering, was he expecting the Giants, like, possibly below them to go, like, grab the ship and then keep throwing it or something? But anyways, let's get back. But I love the guts you've got. Whatever miracles occur, that's the power behind them. And that's coming from a scientist. Hmm? And then you've got Edison. Huh? Edison? I'll make sure your ship touches down in the water. Trust in me. Simulated external damage 78%. Oh wow. So he's basically going through the dome. Edison, it won't kill me. Here goes. And I guess he just went through the dome and everything, which kind of shows that Edison might actually be pretty powerful. Like, even though he's one of the smaller Vegapunks and everything, it's looking like he's actually pretty strong in here, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so there's an inward wind pulling us toward the island. Sorry, guys, I've smoked just a little bit. I had to get a little smoke in there. There's an inward wind pulling us toward the island. Ah, and then you've got the guy, I guess, sucking in people through the wormhole, which is pretty interesting. The suction is enormous. We're not getting anywhere. And then you have Luffy with his funny face. That's it. If you're that hungry, then he's cracking a building. Have a building. And then, dang, okay. And I've seen this shot, but, like, it is crazy seeing it a little bit bigger, because usually I read this on my phone, but, like, seeing this shot actually a little bit bigger than what it is looks pretty cool, because, like, the building is literally, like, the shape of his face, and his face just looks so interesting. Dang, that looks pretty cool. Alright, so you have him literally swallowing a building. Gababa, that was fun. And then you have the Giants, you have, Luffy running with them. Wheeze. So it looks like he's pretty much out of gas right now. But now I'm tired. It's funny he talks like that. I guess it's because of the tongue. What's this? What happened, Straw Hat? You've turned into some strange old man. Ran out of food, power. Need food? How about some Hakaro? Hakaro? Wow. Blur. What's that smell? It's fermented shark. Emergency rations from Elbaf. Gababa. Tastes good when you're used to it. Mwah! I feel energized again, though. The way your body works is so simple. Ga. You're back to the old you. So Luffy ate a little bit, and now he's pretty much back to strength. Pretty cool. Okay, cool. And then we've got man, hold on. Give me 1 second, cause just 1 second here. Let me just see something. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So you've got Dory looking back, and then he sees the boar. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to enter a text. So you've got Dory looking back, and then after receiving the meat from Brogy, Luffy is actually using Gear Third, getting ready to punch down. Gum. Red Rock. Okay, dang. And he literally goes straight down on the Gorosei. Dang, okay. It's actually looking wild right now. So pretty much from here, what we're seeing is we're seeing him go in and do the red rock that he did to Kaido on top of him. And then Luffy's a little bit confused. Looks like he actually got hurt from that punch. Yeah, how hard is that thing? And then you've got dang, he looks like he's like not even phased by it at all. Especially with the Gear Third red rock, it actually looks insane. Rear side Labo phase. Yeah, stop. What is that? What is wait, it's so crazy because I think it's Usopp freaking out. He's like, stop. What is that? Something's coming. And then you've got I can't even speak because he spoke so fast. You've got a shot of freaking Saturn's freaking claws coming up, and I guess they're about to see him. Northeast shore. Oh no, Mr. Giant. And then I guess did he just strike down a giant? Yeah, he did. Oh wow. So Venus actually struck down a giant. Wow. Okay. So hold on. Let me just see something real quick because I want to make sure that I actually have everything like in order here. So no. The reason I'm doing this, guys, is because I know all the Gorosei's names, but it is still a little bit hard for me to like. I guess you could say like piece them together based on who's who. Just because we recently learned their names, and on top of that, like I know who they are. Okay, so we have Ethan actually coming up on Nami, Usopp, and Frankie, and Chopper, and Atlas, I believe. But it looks like that happened. We had Topman getting hit by Luffy with the Gear Third, and you'd figure I'd know these names, but guys, I watch so much anime and I'm doing so much stuff with like my artwork included that like sometimes when I learn one of these characters' names, I know who they are, but it's just the fact that like I don't internalize the name because I know who they are in the series generally. So kind of trying to get better with that, but at the end of the day, I mean, we are basically just making sure that we keep up because I don't want you guys to think that I don't know anything about One Piece. Obviously there's times where like I'm kind of going through it and like I learn as I go, but at the same time I also watch a lot of creators like Rogers Base and King of Lightning, obviously, who for me actually kind of help me even drive theories. Which actually, real quick, let's finish this chapter, then I just have one more announcement if you do by chance watch this video or if you are interested. But anyways, we have Ethan coming up and they're like, huh, who's that? Looks very menacingly after he struck down a giant. And then we cut to Punk Records Labo phase. 1 minute left, Stella. I know. And then he's drinking the coffee. Here it is. Fortune was not on your side, Vegapunk. And then you have just sound effects of him drinking the coffee. Now it's interesting to me here, just as like a thing that like kind of should have stood out, is that like if you think about it, when he did see this transponder snail, she said it's more of a triangle, right? Like an actual triangle. But this one, it looks similar because it's going into the shape of a triangle. But then at the same time, if you think about it, it's actually kind of a little bit off. Like maybe it could be in the silhouette of a triangle, but like the shell basically kind of goes up and then it's like a little cone. It's more of a cone with like a cut off top than it is an actual triangle. So like I think that's pretty cool because I don't know if you noticed that when you guys read it, but at the same time I didn't either because it was on my phone. But I don't know, it felt a little bit too easy for him to just go in and find this thing and disrupt the message like that because Vegapunk's smart. He's not just gonna let them come in and then just mess everything up that he like worked for. You know, he's at least gonna leave behind some like some turmoil and shit. So like at the end of the day, I feel like it's kind of crazy that he went for this, and then we at least during this chapter didn't see that it was more like just something else. But anyways, I digress. Let's go to the next page. Oh, actually, that's the end of the chapter. I actually said to be continued. Okay, so from here, guys, we actually are going to go on to One Piece manga chapter 113. Just 1 second here. Okay. Okay. Let me go back. All right. Now, as you could probably tell, I don't know if you see the thumbnail already for this video title or not, but obviously we did use this as the actual cover for the reaction page. I haven't really done any art yet. Like you figure I'd make my own art for this stuff, but like I'm actually trying to use things that are a little bit easier. Maybe in the future, if the channel ever grows or something, then I'll go from there and maybe try to hire someone to help me do thumbnail art. But for right now, we just use this beautiful cover page that Oda did with all the One Piece characters in basically like a chess game, and Robin is the player of this chess game. But I think this is really cool though. This would actually be really cool if Oda ever made a chess game and basically all these characters were actually like in this model, and then you could play chess or learn to play chess with these characters. So that's just a thing for me, anyways. I think that would be pretty cool. But let's also move on here. So based on a reader request, the Straw Hats as chess pieces with Robin as the player by Man Who Loves Yamato. That's funny that by a man who loves Yamato, but I don't even think we don't even have Yamato as a chess piece in here unless she's on the other side using characters of Wano as like the people that go against the Straw Hats, which would be pretty cool. Or maybe even using the villains of One Piece as the other chess pieces to go against the Straw Hats. That's pretty cool. All right, so let's go from here. We're gonna start on page one. click back in real quick. All right. The greatest brain in the world, Punk Records. Well, it's been such a short time that the coffee's not even cool yet, but are they all set up with the video transponder snails by now, I wonder? 30 seconds to go, Stella. I feel a bit nervous knowing this is going all over the world. It lives on even after your death. Is this you, Vegapunk? You know what's weird? Like, I will say this, even though I guess you could say that what is it, Marcus Mars is pretty much going and seeing like Vegapunk's brain. The shot of him right here in the bottom left panel, for me it personally looks a little bit like he's like, it doesn't look like he's evil here. I don't know why. Like, maybe it's just the light and how he's looking at it and like his overall character. But you know who he actually looks really similar to that he reminds me of? He reminds me of the guy in Skypiea that actually came to help Luffy and all them out when they fought against NL, which is kind of crazy, but like obviously I know there's probably no relation there. Just like he gives me that vibe of him from Sky Island. All right, let's move on. So we get to a shot of the Punk Records up top, and it's a big shot of Vegapunk's huge brain. This brain is probably the size of a giant at this point, because if you see the scale from Marcus to the brain, it's just like insane. Like, this brain is probably like just insane. And then the fact that Vegapunk made this technology, I'm wondering if he made it so it can always expand just like his brain, because it probably didn't start off this size, but it's probably gotten bigger by now. So, what is death exactly? Where do our ideas truly reside? Video will one day connect the entire world. It will mean knowing and the discomfort of being known. Huh. That's an interesting concept. Video will one day connect the entire world, and it will mean knowing and the discomfort of being known. That's an interesting philosophy. Because, like, okay, so for me personally, if you watch this video, I don't know if you will, but if you do, I'm just saying right now that, like, for me, there's a little bit of, like, you know, not anxiety, but, like, it's like sometimes I wonder if, like, when I'm recording these videos, like, okay, do I want to be known by everybody? I don't mind. I definitely want to know you guys. You guys, like, if you're watching this, thank you. You're pretty cool. But like, it's just one of those things where, like, I think you always have to come across that like social barrier of like, do I want to make a video? And then you see other people making it and they're having fun and everything else, and then you wonder, like, can I do that too? So like, I think that's an interesting saying, because then it's like it will mean knowing and the discomfort of being known. It's just like, I feel like that's a perfect thing that kind of relates to real life in a way. But anyways, let's continue on. Sorry I keep going into tangents, by the way, guys. I'm sorry. It's just the fact that like I like to talk, like, since we're kind of recapping but also reacting. I don't want to do it like Rogers base where, like, you know, I maybe do it after. I kind of like to do it during, but I'm also not gonna do like. And I love King. I love King of Lightning, but like I know sometimes he goes on tangents for like a long time. I might be a little guilty of that, but at the same time, I'm not gonna, like, you know, lead you guys off. But anyways, back to the chapter. What if it's not at Kai's house? Then no one in the village has one. Syrup Village, Usopp's home, East Blue. Visual transponder snails are quite large, you know. It's like taking care of a very big pet. Why don't I put on some tea? Dr. Vegapunk's had a huge influence on the world of medicine too. I know, right? Like, you know anything about that. Pepper, Carrot, read a book. If you didn't know, Dr. Vegapunk is. And then you've got, that's just cool. You've got a shot of Kaya, Pepper. Ah, dude, it's been so long since I've seen these guys. Ah, fuck. It's Carrot, Pepper, and Onion, I believe. I believe it was Carrot, Pepper, and Onion. I think that was their names. Check back me on that in the comments. But either way, it's just cool seeing them. They're a little bit more grown. Should be starting any moment now. And then you have the Marines in there. I guess, like, you know, what's the word? Interpreting the message that Vegapunk is going to give. Then we go to Twin Capes, and we have a shot of Laboon, and we have the old guy from Twin Capes, and they're both just chilling. Futureland, Baltimore, Vegapunk's home. He was born here? That's right. He's the pride of Baltimore. Oh, the one from the Nightmare of Baltimore? Nope, that was Frankie, and he's a ship now. And it kind of like got me for a second because I was thinking like they said that, and then no, it's Frankie, but it's just weird. I'm like putting pieces together as I'm reading. Sorry, guys. It's been decades since I saw Vegapunk. So you got everyone on Futureland Baltimore, and then you've got Birdie Kingdom, Chopper's Training Grounds, South Blue. People are talking about the island where Tanukichi is. Sorry, that was hard as hell to pronounce. Guan, you get the giant bird. Vegapunk's the father of modern science, but many of his advances are used for weapons. Then you've got Pirate Island, full of lead New World. Would you all pipe down? Vega whoever is about to speak. Who? Stop trying to distract me from the fact that you rigged the game. So you've got the pirates back on Blackbeard's Island and everything right now, just kind of like messing around. Can you all hear me? And then I guess Vegapunk's trying to talk to everybody. Egghead New World. Test test. Hello, this is Vegapunk. Oh wow, so Marcus Mars actually broke the shell only to find out that it's a regular transponder snail. Hello world. Just a regular transponder snail? Not only does he hide it, he fools us with decoys. Curse you, Vegapunk, and you got him bursting out of freaking Punk Records. Come in, world. It's a one-sided hijack of the Waves Stella. I know that. Well, in that case, let's get this message started. Cool, cool. So Vegapunk is officially about to start the message. I obviously know what the message is, but at the same time, maybe we can pick up any kind of pieces or clues that we didn't know before from here. So that would be pretty cool. Just kind of going through and seeing everything. I definitely want to see what exactly happens. That's why I'm really hyped for this next chapter. But also, I will be making these announcements after we finish this chapter. It's going to be for two things specifically. Yeah, about time. What's about to happen? What is it? Go back to sleep. A very important man's going to tell us something. And also, by the way, people definitely, I've seen before that people think that this person is actually going to be the man marked by flames, the one that's sitting at the campfire. I can't exactly remember his name. I've seen it in the theory videos, but I know people are like really hype about that. I wouldn't object to it, but I don't know either. Also, the thing about this too is people have a speculation, and I think it's correct, that he's apparently inside Laboon. I don't know, but either way, we'll see how this all goes. I might even recap a couple theory videos, but for later. It's not stopping Mars. I'm sorry, Vegapunk has connected a robust security system. Oh, I'm sorry, Vegapunk has concocted a robust security system to prevent the transmission from being stopped. I don't know what he knows or what he intends to say, but your claim that he had carried on O'Hara's research. Very interesting. So he refuses to go out like Clover, eh? Does he mean to avenge O'Hara's loss? And then you've got a shot of all the Gorosei looking pretty, I guess because of their forms, they don't look too shocked besides Ethan and then Saturn. But we obviously get a shot of them also shooting Clover too, which definitely was a sad moment. You know. What is it, Vegapunk? I can hear it. The sound of Bonnie's voice, begging for my help. Who's that? Jewelry Bonnie. You shall not have the Navy's might. Get back, Bonnie. And then you've got Ethan about to try and strike down Bonnie and Frankie defending her. Huh? The only one who gets to score points with Bonnie is me. And okay, let me just get my take on this real quick, because like it's badass right here that we have the shot of Sanji coming in on Ethan and landing a straight uppercut. Like he hops off of his sword and straight uppercuts him in the chin with a kick. Like that is badass. But second off, okay, here's my stance. I'm gonna let y'all know this right now, off jump. I personally think the thing with Bonnie is kind of silly. Like, first off, it's One Piece, okay? Oda is making this so we all can enjoy. But the people that are speculating and relating Japan's cultures to the fact that Bonnie is a certain age now versus what she really is in age, I get it, but let me also just say this is my personal opinion. Because Bonnie is, as of now, I believe it's like 19 or like 20, something around there, right? And that's her age that she is now. I'm not saying that it makes it right in general, but I'm saying because she's portrayed as that age, it's not Sanji's fault that he is like, crushing a bit because she's actually of age. He's seen her as a child, yes, and I get that. But I think people are going a little bit too hard in the fact that, like, if she's a certain age because of her fruits, it's okay. But obviously, in the long term, unless she stayed that age forever, right? Forever, it would not be okay for Frankie to be like, on her because of her age and everything. And trust me, I agree 100% with the fact that, like, if she is really that age, then it's kind of creepy. But I also think that Oda kind of is like trying to tell us, like, indirectly, like, hey, because she's this age right now, it's not like he like prefers younger women or something like that. It's more the fact that she's that age right now, so technically it is okay. But if she was to revert to being 12, then obviously things need to kind of be pushed back a bit. But I think everybody's getting a little bit crazy when they think that Sanji is personally going in on Bonnie because she's younger in her natural state versus now where she's not younger, because like there's just a difference. And even if he knows she's younger, like, because of the fruit and her actually being older right now, it's nothing. It's literally nothing. It's the fact that, like, you know what I mean? He sees someone like Nami and Bonnie and they're the same age basically and they're both attractive, and that's cool. But if it was like he knew she was 12, then it's different. And also, this is just like a slight little cope for Sanji that I'll give. If he knows she's young and he's talking about scoring points, we do have the thing in the series where it's like, okay, I'm sorry for this tangent, but I need to finish this. We have the Seraphim and how the Marines can essentially fall for like someone like the young Hancock. And if that's the case, then like obviously it's an obsession through cuteness, not through attraction or any kind of sexual desires. So I think that in that case, Frankie could also just be kind of, trying to be like, like the guy that like basically Bonnie looks up to even if she was a kid. But like I get everyone's speculations. I just think to give Sanji any flack here for the fact that he's just trying to, basically uh have points with Bonnie in terms of being like her friend or like maybe being someone that saves her or whatever, like lover boy type stuff. It's like it's gonna have to pass in my opinion because Oda has already done it. But then on top of that, she's of a certain age right now. But anyways, let's get back to the chapter. Sorry, that happens. But that's just been on my mind since like I've seen so many people talk about it. But anyways, did you think the elderly get special treatment? This is how pirates fight. And then you've got a shot of Ethan with his freaking chin up after getting that crazy, devastating kick to the chin. And then, oh, he was transforming too. Now he's come down and bites Sanji. Sanji, what is that? He's starting. So, okay, the Giants don't know exactly what Ethan is, and then we've got Vegapunk about to start. Hold it down, Oimo. Oh, so Vegapunk's saying, I have committed sins. You got it, Kashi. So they're holding down Ethan. They've let go of Sanji, or he's let go of Sanji. And also, just in an earlier panel, we have that Sanji has dropped Vegapunk after getting bit by Ethan. Stella. Oh, Atlas caught Vegapunk, actually. Distorted Future. Who is that? Is it Jewelry Bonnie? Giant like Future. And then we've got her actually turning into a giant, which is pretty crazy. Therefore, whether I am arrested or executed, I shall program this message to be broadcast when my heart stops beating. Sabity Archipelago. What? You mean Vegapunk is already dead? That can't be right. In the news this morning, it said that he was being held hostage by the Straw Hat crew. Huh? And then you've got a shot of freaking Caesar and then Sanji's dad, Judge. You've got to be kidding me. We're here trying to drag you off your ivory throne, and so obviously Caesar's pretty upset about him being dead. You can't just give away the story to the entire world. How am I going to sell my papers? However, Morgan's just mad because he's not going to get the clout now. However, I want to make one thing very clear first. Whoever may have rendered their judgment unto me, I am not trying to convince you that their intent is evil. Interesting. To me, I am not trying to convince you that their intent is evil. I will not apply the labels of good and evil at all, in fact. And then you've got the Straw Hats yelling, saying go away, because I understand too little about him to begin with. Vegapunk. So, Okay, I will say this. I don't know if this is supposed to be directly tied because, like, it's kind of like interesting who he's talking about. Like, when he says him, I'm guessing he's talking about Emu. And the fact that he's not trying to directly relate the tie of good and evil to Emu, if that's who we're talking about, or even possibly one of the Gorosei, is just interesting to me because it's like, okay, we straight up have Vegapunk talking about the fact that he doesn't understand him, and then he doesn't want to tie him to good and evil. So like, I just wonder, is it like we have Ethan, or not Ethan? What am I even saying? We have Vegapunk trying to basically like not give Emu or one of the Gorosei a bad name, move, and then we're going back, by the way. Sorry, I just jumped right into that. Saturn saying, "Move. I have no time to deal with the likes of you." That voice, I see, and then she's flashing back to O'Hara. That is quite an audacious hypothesis. And then you have a shot of Saturn, Nico Robin, the woman Akainu let slip between his fingers. The man is soft. The five elders. So okay, this is the shot basically where Robin is realizing that these big demonic things are obviously the Gorosei. Um, huh? What? And then you have Nami looking back and forth. And then, oh, we have Saturn's claw coming in, about to strike. Protect Robin. And then she yells it, and the rest of the crew coming down in this beautiful panel right here where you have Brooke slicing off Saturn's arm, Usopp taking some shots at Saturn. We have Nami using Zeus to actually transform into a club with the climate tact, also taking Robin and pulling her back. And then we have Chopper, who is actually using Point Guard to actually guard against one of Saturn's claws and everything. We'll do whatever it takes. Be gone, you miserable worms. What am I about to when I'm God, I cannot read. I don't know what's going on, dude. It's like I hop into it and it's like, dang. What am I about to tell you is so preposterous. So okay, that feels like an error on Viz Media's side because there's no way it says what am I about to tell you. No, they messed that up. That's why I read that wrong. What I am, and you can even check it. It says what am I about to tell you. It's supposed to be what I am about to tell you is so preposterous you might even burst into laughter. It's no use. There are too many transponder snails in the lab. It seems there are no unique signals. Think, York, think, or you won't get to be a celestial dragon. I'm Vegapunk too, where would I hide it? However, you all have the right to know. What happens if we destroy the power plant? Don't. We can't afford the loss of all the... We can afford... Oh, wow. Of course, this is read wrong because, you wouldn't actually say this, but Saturn says it. Don't. We can afford the loss of all the ships and sailors surrounding the island, but no one will be able to create the Mother Flame anymore. To make a long story short, the world as we know it will sink into the sea. And then you've got the Marines looking up saying, huh? And then we've got a shot of the mermaids coming up and everything. So, okay. That ends One Piece manga chapter 1113. We are officially caught up. We've done it. We are now back in the fray and everything. But guys, I do want to say that, like, with the hypothesis that have seen coming out of this chapter, it's pretty crazy. Like, King of Lightning has said stuff such as, like, that the red line has already apparently caused the world to sink at one point because when it fell into the sea, it raised the natural sea level, which is then where we get the Void Century and everything actually going underwater in a past civilization, such as things in Wano. I do agree with that. I do have to say I agree with that because I feel like that definitely makes sense. I mean, as far as like, pretty much getting, like everything like figured out, I think that would make sense because one, the red line is like kind of a crazy thing in this world. It's kind of something that if it was destroyed would make sense because then it would cause the all blue, which would, surmount Sanji's dream. And then I also think that it just makes sense because for the water level to rise before, you need a big land mass or something that would actually make the water rise. And even though the water level started rising after the Mother Flame, I don't know. I mean, I just feel like that in itself says right there that like maybe the mother flame hit something that directly caused the water levels to rise, but maybe it also caused part of the red line to sink into the earth more, and thus actually creating the fact that if so, how I'm thinking about this is if the mother flame hits the ocean, right, and it goes way down deep, and let's say somehow that, like, just, obliterates part of the structure that's under the red line, and the red line sinks, and then, how water works, where when you put ice into a cup, the water level rises without having to put in more water. So, I think that if that's the case, that theory actually makes sense as far as the red line goes relating to One Piece, and then also how the sea level will actually keep rising because now that there is a structure within the world that has been damaged, the red line that is still sinking into the ocean potentially could then cause the sea level to actually rise more. But also the two announcements, real quick. Okay. So, first announcement is the fact that I'm going to be reacting to Roger's base reaction to the end of One Piece. I've been watching One Piece for 20 years, so I do have to make a thumbnail and also get everything together for that video, but I do want to react to it in order to put in my 2 cents. It potentially will be after this, but it'll be uploaded, if not later today, sometime this week coming up. But I do want to end up doing that because I've been watching One Piece for about 20 something years. I just had kind of speculations on it, on what I think will actually happen and then how it will go down. And then the second thing was, man, hold on. I did, what was it? Oh my God. I don't know if it was theory videos or not because we've been going for a minute. So I'm kind of just trying to remember what the second one was. I think it related to one of these past panels, actually. Mm, no, no. I know it was mainly just the fact that I'm trying to react to Roger's video. But just know, guys, that basically I am still trying to get more stuff up, more content and everything. And I know we're still new. I think my most viewed video is like 50 views right now, so it's really nothing crazy. But we are basically just trying to get everything in order, and then we do have plans for uploading certain stuff. Um, I think eventually I would like to do video games, but like I'm really like right now kind of tying my time between like possibly uploading certain reaction content and then artwork because I'm still doing the animation, I'm still doing artwork, I'm trying to learn more artwork, and this is all while I actually like work in general. And then maybe if this can become a full-time thing, I would love that. But for right now, we're kind of just, basically how do I say this? Going at it by ear or playing it by ear. Um, but yeah, guys, I mean, this has definitely been fun. I will be doing a reaction for One Piece. I think this was the second announcement. One Piece 1014 or 1114. I will actually be reacting to, I believe, on Friday if the early scans come out. I think that's when they drop, anyways. But we will be doing that. And then yeah, I'm pretty sure that's gonna be it. But for right now, there's just a lot that I'm trying to get figured out. We do have everything pretty much set up, but with work and everything, the schedule increasing and all that, we're pretty much going to be doing the setup in a mobile way. So you guys really will see a bunch of different things going on here soon. As far as can't even speak. As far as getting everything uploaded and also having the setup that I want to be able to produce these videos for you guys and still be able to give you quality content. I hope this was quality content for you guys as well. We're obviously still kind of learning the YouTube game, getting used to everything, kind of, getting everything figured out and all that. But yeah, so I think we're gonna end it there. This was really fun and everything. This was going to be One Piece manga chapter 1000 and 1112 and 1113 reaction and recap. We'll be back on Friday, guys. And yeah, I just want to say, I hope you guys are having a good week. Thank you for definitely coming out and supporting. You can leave the video a like. Definitely subscribe. And yeah, we'll catch you guys later and see ya. See ya.